Hello all. How are we going today? I just turn the light on. Downfalls a bit of paper. I'll start again. How are we going today? Oh, fix it up. Pick those things up. Okay, now let us get going with my short 3-minute spiel. It's been prophesied for many thousand, 2,000 years that Christ is going to return. He'll return in the clouds, showing his glory and an army of angels with him. He put down the man of sin who comes to rule to earth in a terrible place for 7 years called the Great Tribulation. And the number 666 is going to come out of that. Well, let's just talk about that a little bit later. Cut this short. I'll say how that fits in with today. In 1984, I saw an advertisement in the Sydney Morning Herald, the Australian and all the major newspapers called The Christ is Now Here. I kept a check on it, and that came from a group of people that call themselves the Lord Maitreya, or the Tara Centre, which also was called a Share International. It had a prophet called Benjamin Crane, who was working from London in England. That died out in about 2000, but it hasn't gone away. It's still around. It's mixed up with Agenda 21 and the New World Order. It comes from theosophic thinking and pluralist thinking. I believe this could be the coming of the beast amongst this material, because it's starting to rise again in undercurrent ways. Back in the 1980s, there's a lot of talk about it through the churches. A lot of people knew in the churches. And if it had come at the time, as people were saying, it would have been rejected. But today, with the economic situation, the political situation, with the wars that are happening, with the fact that I believe we're in World War III, it could come and would be accepted. Be aware, everybody on earth. The beast is coming as an angel riding a white horse into battle to bring peace. But it will not be peace, it will be a false peace. The real person, Jesus Christ, will come towards the end of the tribulation to take us out of a time of terror. Read chapters of Revelation chapter 13, read Daniel chapter 9, and the whole book of Revelations talks about it, but especially chapter 13. A lot of these are in metaphor and in symbolic teachings and talks. You may not quietly understand, but it will piece together. Follow my blog, because I speak on this stuff, on this material. Put together bits of symbolic messages. Read Matthew chapter 24 to see what the world will be like in the end times, and Matthew chapter 25 of the 10 virgins. 5 were waiting and 5 were asleep. The waiting ones were caught up and taken with Jesus Christ. The asleep ones had to go through a terrible time of tribulation. This is all happening now whilst everyone is asleep. The 5 waiting virgins are still awake, but the 5 virgins, which got tired of waiting, went to sleep, and that's what the church is doing at the moment. I think it's time that I wake people up. God uses me and others, people like Lord Maitreya, people like Anne Bressington, and other people like that who have put across good messages, and people like David Sykes from the UK, and Alex Jones from the USA. Listen to them. Listen to what they say, especially about end times, because there's a lot of false teaching and a lot of rubbish goes out. It's time we become awake. Because if we're not awake, we stay asleep. We'll be like the 5 virgins of Matthew chapter 25 that weren't waiting for the bridegroom to come back. He came and they missed out. I'll leave it at that and I'll come back with more later. Thank you for now and bye everyone.